What's up? Welcome to another edition of the Nerd Enthusiast Poker Podcast with Anthony Itahogi and Brian, not the man, Keen. We are hanging out, but make sure that you check out our sponsor, theslotsquad.com. Go there for all the exclusive signups. They're the number one legal stream team in the United States with all the legal sign-up bonuses, match bonuses, free money for all the sites. A new one's got just added now for New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Michigan called Twin Spires. That's brand new, so go over there, check it out, theslotsquad.com. You can sign up for all those sites, including the new one, Twin Spires, and some of the new sports books as well are up there as well. So go there, get in there, get your free money, take advantage of it, and it also supports us as well, so we thank you. So theslotsquad.com, go check them out. I guess you want to talk about this a little more, the Secret Pineapple Society on Theta. So this has been very nice.
Yeah, it's been lucrative for us. So we kind of talked about how Theta, the Theta drop, they've started their own NFT marketplace where they first got hooked up with WBT. That's what kind of got us started with them, piqued my interest. I brought it to Anthony. We started kind of putting our heads together. And ever since then, they've done multiple drops for various other things, other types of NFTs, unpoker related. But one of the most recent ones that they did, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, they had a drop. Well, they actually had two drops.
Yeah.
So it's Secret Pineapple Society. I'm on their page. I'll just read what their definition of it is. It's the first generative NFT project grown exclusively on Theta drop. Owning a Secret Pineapple grants membership to the society, where you will experience one of the first uses for Theta Pass DRM to exclusively access the stream chat form. So it gives you a lot of the same rights that other NFT projects have. Exclusive membership into their Discord, airdrops for holders, special privileges and things like that. Again, so they did two separate drops, and I think the first one was to kind of test the market. They dropped 888 pineapple containers on Theta. And what's great about Theta is it is not a bot site where if you have a bot running in the background, if the countdown timer comes down to 0 and then you click buy,
and
it's a pre-register, pre-fund site.
That's one of the best things about Theta. First off, it's easy to use. Okay, and we're gonna write like an article for Nerd Enthusiasts. I put it together a little bit, but like the 3 easiest ways to get into NFTs, I think I'm gonna call it or something like that. Theta's on this list. Very easy to get into, very easy to deposit your money into, and like he's talking about. So basically, instead of just having to sit there and click, it opens up like 30 minutes or an hour before you click that you want.
It actually opens up a couple. It opens up 24 hours before.
Yeah, well now they're doing that. So you click in there like saying I want to get into there, and then you can decide if you want to pre-fund it now or you want to wait to see if you get one. So we've just been pre-funding it, so it's like ready to go. So once we get it, it automatically pays for it. But if not, they send you a notification like, hey, congrats, you won this or whatever. And then you decide at that point, do you want to buy it or not? So if you're like, you know what? I kind of want to buy it, so I'm just going to pass. But the pre-funding avoids all the bots. So I don't understand why other sites aren't doing this. Now, some of the other sites said they're starting to go to this, but now they are. Now, the other good thing about Theta is since the last time we talked about them in the WPT world, before you couldn't withdraw, they were still getting that process all together. Now the withdrawals are now open. You can get Theta fuel out. You can get cash out of the system. So that was where I was a little bit weary at first because I was like, oh man, like this site could just go down and our money's gone.
Yeah, I mean we waited about 4 or 5 months from our initial deposit before they even opened withdrawals. So look, if you haven't gotten in on it yet, look, the boat hasn't been missed.
Yeah, you can
it's
still get
actually
in.
it's still somewhat under beta testing with the whole thing because again, withdrawals just opened within the past month. So with this most recent drop, the Secret Pineapple, I'm gonna just kind of give you a little background about the artist. His name's James Simmons. He's his site says he has 14 years of experience working in the entertainment field, especially with art in regards to video games and like entertainment. He worked for Zynga, which is a premier gaming company. And then he actually had teamed up with Warner Brothers. And I guess he helped art in some cartoons or movies, things like that. These things are cool as shit. So basically what it is, and you're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's legit a pineapple head.
Yeah,
And
I've been explaining to people. They're like, what? What
and
did you buy?
characters are made on the pineapple. So some of the characters that are easily recognizable, they had a Deadpool, Ninja Turtles. I saw Donatello and a Leonardo, a Splinter. They had a Shredder,
Yep.
RoboCop, the Mandalorian. There's a couple Yodas on there, baby Yodas.
Homer Simpson's on there.
Homer Simpson. There's
I think there's a
Hangover.
Was there Rambo too?
Rambo.
Yeah.
So that was the auction. So the ones that you could have gotten in the actual containers themselves were, again, random.
Mm-hmm. Some are very basic. Some are
yes.
just like blue hair and a regular face.
But then some are these unique characters, some of which I had just named. And I mean, listen, it cost $199 to purchase the container. If you were selected, that's what it cost.
So we can say that we bought 4 of them. We bought 4 of these containers.
Well, no, we bought 1 in the first initial, and then we bought 4 in the second drop.
So we got 5.
5 total.
5 total. So we got 5 total. We ended up selling 4 to make our money, make our profit, and then we are holding on to 1 at the moment because it's a little more rare. It's got like a tiger face on it. It's got a Theta symbol. It's got like a banana on it. So there's like all little rare things that make your pineapple more rare than the other ones. And so ours is priced a little bit higher because we think it's worth a little bit more. So we are holding on to 1 to stay in the club and stay exclusive in there. But I'll put some pictures up. I'll probably put the picture up of the one we have as well. But they are pretty cool. They kind of go off of the whole, the ape, thing that was happening.
Yeah, board ape yacht club and all that stuff.
So it's kind of like that, but it is gaining traction. Again, Theta has been so easy to use, and a lot more people are flowing into this. So I've seen a lot of the other projects like getting bigger and bigger. So this is something where I think it could go bigger because people that are looking to get NFTs, this is something where, they can buy a pineapple for the floor model right now, as we say this, is around $1,000 to $1,500.
Just for an open container.
An open container for like an actual pineapple. That's the cheapest now. There's 8,888 of these that were made in that drop. So, but there's also a lot of containers that are still not open because you can get like, it's almost like a pack of cards. You can get the pack or the container and decide if you want to open it. And once it's open, that's it. It's done. Or you could sell it as is and you don't know what it is. So we had sold a couple containers ourselves. We opened one ourselves earlier. We sold that one. And then we held on to the more rare one that we got. And we're kind of deciding, what value that we're going to get for it or what we're going to do and see if it takes off to the moon or we're talking about how dumb it was in 10 years. So I don't know. We haven't decided yet. But we made our money so far. So that's
let
good.
me just put some things into perspective. So on the site, which is really great, the marketplace, you can actually see like the latest sales. You can see the things that have been the most recently listed. And then there's a link that it says top sales, right? So again, I'm just putting it into perspective for you. It cost $199 to get a container. There was only 8,888 of them. They retained 200 for special drops, right? Mm-hmm. So 8,600 out there. So top sales, 1 sold for 58,000. The Deadpool one, 49,000. The character, I can't remember his name. The dude from
show me the picture.
From Hangover.
With the hair,
with the baby,
Zach
Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Okay, that one with the little baby pineapple, 45,000. The Mandalorian,
and we're talking dollars, not
dollars. Yes,
$45,000.
A Dracula one, 33,000. RoboCop, 29,000. Like the numbers on these things are absolutely ridiculous. So they had an auction, right? The auction had 3 special characters. One was a Predator, one was a Rambo. And I can't remember what the third was, but the Predator one, it was hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
Sold for $100,000.
That's crazy for yeah.
They cleared 10 mil in sales within, I want to say 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah, and so once you get yours, you can decide if you want to hold it or resell it back on the marketplace. What's the commission? 10% or 15% on these? I forget.
I believe Theta takes 10% on every sale. Yeah, 10% on every sale.
Resell it, but yeah, I mean, if you want to take a gamble, man, you got a couple extra $1,000 to mess around with. This might not be a bad investment. The floor has dropped a little bit, but it's still going pretty solid. There's still sales happening every day, and I have a feeling as some of these containers get down to the last couple ones that are left, it might start shooting up because there is out there a Darth Vader that
there's a Vader that I haven't
no
seen a
one's seen it
Vader.
yet. No one's seen it yet.
There's a Spider-Man. I haven't seen the Spider-Man. Like there's still some rares that haven't. I don't know if they've been
Opened
claimed
or they just haven't put them on the
or
market.
they just haven't. Yeah, exactly. They haven't been listed for sale yet. But there's a Skywalker one which is hot. I mean the guy's ambitious. He's asking for like 199,000. But
yeah,
again,
but you know
like
what?
you never know. Somebody
like these Bored Apes and the crypto punks. I mean, they're worth millions.
exactly.
Now. So like
exactly.
You know, we might be watching and go, man, I can't see some idiot spend 100,000 on it. But then guess what? That idiot turns that into $1 million. It's like, oh snap, that dude just made $900,000 on this investment. So it's like if you got an extra 1,000, this might not be a bad gamble.
So what people need to understand is this, and this is why we feel that the risk is worth the reward, is eventually the plan, from what I understand, is even though you can only buy and sell on Theta right now, eventually they're going to allow you to remove your individual NFTs and move them into your wallet. Yeah. Which you will then be permitted to upload and sell on other platforms.
Like OpenSeas.
Or FTX or Crypto.com. Again, they're trying to stay with Theta because that's their cryptocurrency, but eventually they're going to open that platform up so that, yeah, right now it's a closed market. Everything's done on Theta. But you could be one of the first people to throw something on OpenSeas that entire market hasn't seen because, again, this is new and in its infancy. There's people out there who have no idea what Theta Marketplace is. I mean, you and I can kind of attest to it. We've just popped into other marketplaces just basically because we missed out. Like, you know, we'll talk about it in a future pod, but Vivi, for example, like that had been around for a year.
And we just found out
about it like 3 weeks ago. And I mean, that marketplace, comics, Disney, Marvel, like they've pretty much taken that whole market and they've signed a deal with WWE. We've talked about it. One of our like
it's crazy is if you're watching this, you're probably in the NFT world. So you're probably like, oh, no shit, idiot. We've known about this. But for someone else that's just watching this for the first time or you're kind of looking this up, dude, I mean, I know a lot of smart people. I know a lot of people like in the know in the world. And dude, like I'll have conversations. They have no idea what I'm talking about. They're like, what is an NFT? So like I said, there's still definitely be money to be made because this has not gone to the next level. It's still, as much as there's a million podcasts, there's a million things out there, I'm telling you, it's still not mainstream. It hasn't got to the point. Now it's coming because a lot of, like we saw the Katy Perry drop is coming up.
Yep.
And a lot of these artists are starting to realize,
music,
oh snap,
NFTs.
There's music, movies, there's money to be made. So it's going to explode where I realistically think like 2-3 years from now, like it's almost Christmas time right now, like people will be buying each other NFTs for their Christmas present. I mean, I know that probably already happens, but I'm saying like my grandma will be like, what NFT do you want for Christmas this year? Like, you know, like that's a real possibility. Like my kids will probably, because they're all into like Fortnite and things, like, you know, what NFT skin do you want for your player this year?
Exactly.
Like that could be a realistic reality, and they're going to have to go on OpenSeas and purchase it and send it to my kid's wallet, and so he could have it. That's where it's going. So, you know, jump on the ship. We say this every month, but we've realistically have made more money with NFTs this year than we have with poker. So even though it's a poker podcast, we're telling you our place from the NFT world and what's happening and where the money still is.
It's seriously, I mean, the way I look at it is this, and this is how we'll end it. It's a minimal risk. I know someone out there listening have spent $200 on something that is absolutely worthless today.
Yes.
And you know, you're always thinking like, man, if I had only known the same thing, like if I had only known then what I know now, you know, if I had put that $200 into Yahoo, how much that would have been. Like this is that. Like,
yeah, it's definitely,
this moment is that.
It's definitely that. It's definitely like I wish I invested in Google or Yahoo or things like that. That's it right now. You got to buy the NFTs. Like get in there now. And again, not like, you know, I think Gary Vee said it, who I'm a big fan of. He said, you know what? He said it's the same thing, and he's a big supporter of NFTs. He said it's the same thing as back then. There's a lot of .coms that busted and went belly up, and there were shit now. But in that mix, there was also the Amazons, the Googles. You know, all the big ones were in there. It's just a matter of, like, you got to be playing the field, trying to grab some of these up, because a couple of these are going to shoot to the moon. It's just a matter of having them in your pocket when they do.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But that's all we got for you guys this month in the edition of Nerd Enthusiast Poker Podcast. Thanks for listening. Make sure that you follow all our other social media platforms for Nerd Enthusiast, including the blog, nerdenthusiast.com. We put up an article every week on there now. We got content flowing on there. We also have a Patreon where you can support our company grow. All the money goes back into the company, like buying equipment and things like that. Also, you can go to our TikTok, which has been doing very well, our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We do usually a giveaway every other week on Twitter and Facebook for some cool, like, nerdy stuff, like movie posters, video game swag, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Check that out. And you can reach me and Brian on our Twitters. Eat a Hoagie. He's not, well, what is it? King0513?
Yeah, Brian, yeah.
So
I might be changing though.
Might be changing.
I might be random followers soon.
Random follower, possibly. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Please feel free to leave comments on all these videos, good, bad, or ugly, and we will get back to you on it. So thank you. See you guys
See you
next
later.
one.